Is a bounce rate a good or a bad thing? Well, we're going to look at the numbers and we are going to consider consumer behavior and we're going to try to answer that question. Now, the Builder Web Stats report is now in its 4th year, and just as a reminder, we collect this data from home builders across the U.S. It comes directly from their Google Analytics accounts. And while many of these builders are O'Neill Interactive clients, many are not. And this particular data sample includes nearly 3 million page views. So if we're going to talk about bounce rate, the first thing we should do is make sure we clarify exactly what a bounce rate is. And per Google, a bounce rate is the percentage of single page sessions. This means the percentage of visits or interactions with your website that lasted no more than one page. So we can say that a user has figuratively bounced off of your website. Maybe they hit the close button or maybe they hit the back button, but either way they had no need or desire to go any further than that. Now, this is typically considered a bad thing. Maybe this is an indication of a negative experience. But when we start considering contemporary websites and contemporary behaviors, maybe that answer is not so clear. Now, a very common question that we get from builders is, how does our bounce rate compare with that of other builders? And even though that's a very common question, it's not the easiest question for us to answer. Over the last 4 years, the Builder Web Stats report has compiled an average of bounce rate, and that average bounce rate has been as low as 25% and as high as 41%. That data in and itself is a nice benchmark, but it doesn't really tell us a whole lot after that. And using commonly held opinions about bounce rate, these numbers up here are pretty bad. But again, when we start considering contemporary websites and contemporary behaviors with how consumers interact with the web, maybe it's not so bad. So consider contemporary website design. One, pages we see now are a lot longer, and contemporary websites tend to provide more information on a single page. What that means is that maybe the average visit requires less clicks because maybe the buyer found exactly what it was they were looking for in the first page. What if they started from their mobile phone and maybe they Googled your community name? Google sent them directly to the community page where they found your community sales office phone number, and then they clicked on it to call your sales rep. I think everybody can agree that these are fantastic behaviors and you want more of these things. Unfortunately, both of these behaviors are also considered bounces. So you can see bounces are not always bad. So what we recommend is when you're looking at your website's analytics, don't sweat the bounce rate from a site-wide perspective. Instead, examine bounce rate when judging the quality of different traffic sources. Our upcoming videos are going to spill the beans on who sends the best traffic to builder websites. If you're not subscribed, get yourself signed up now at o'neillinteractive.com/subscribe. Talk to you soon.